Hey, whippersnappers, this is Tortimer the Grey. Welcome back to another exciting episode of Minecraft Jurassic World Edition. Today we have got a number of fun things to do today, so we're going to just go ahead and start doing fun things. A couple of things we want to take care of today is Clifford. He's gotten all grown up. He's been growing along nicely. I've been spending a lot of time in world doing some stuff. Stuff we're going to look at today, actually. So we'll get to that when we get to it. But I've been spending a lot of time in world off camera, and so he's grown up big and strong. I think he's 14 days old now. He's dangerous because he's untamed and he's grown up. You can see when he was a baby, his eyes were white, but him and some of the other big carnivores, when they grow up and they're not tamed, their eyes are this red, evil-y kind of color, and so he's dangerous. And so we're gonna both be moving Clifford today because he's too big for this pen, and we're gonna be taming him, so that'll be exciting. So we'll jump right in there with that here in a minute. In fact, let's you wouldn't eat earlier, but let's all right, well, if he's not gonna eat, we'll come over here to our little Dilophosaurus, who's not quite as little anymore either. He's also done a fair bit of growing in the oh, it made it in there. Go ahead and eat. The last episode has not gone up yet. I got impatient. I was like, oh, I'll wait until but no. So, not gonna name this guy yet today, although I did get some good suggestions last time, and I apologize, I don't have the name in front of me right now, but you know who you are. Suggested that I do some fishing, and I did get a handful of name tags from that. This is my fishing chest for the moment, since I was keeping fish in here that I was feeding Casper. So yes, we did get some name tags for that, so we should be good to go, and that'll be, I've got to repair some of these rods, but I can combine these two or whatever. But yeah, so that seemed to be working out pretty well. So when we get a shortage of we're not finding name tags because we're not doing as much mining or whatever, and not finding dungeons, we at least have fishing to fall back on. So hooray, vanilla solutions without having to hack. That's awesome. Not really hack, spawn in. I have creative mode on, I have cheats or whatever on because I did this beforehand. But anyway, yeah, what we're gonna do today, though, we've got to do a couple of things. So in order to move Clifford, because he's not tamed, we could obviously set up Minecraft track and do what we did to get him out of the nether, but we have now added the colorful portals mod to this series. We added it a little while ago, and we were going to talk about it last episode, but then we ended up getting caught up with some stuff, and we just ran out of time. So today we're going to be dealing a little bit with that. Ooh, but I first need to actually grab some of the materials we need. Silly Tortimer. Thinking you're all prepared and professional, but no, you have to stop and pick up materials in the middle of an episode. Huzzah! So we're going to get some stuff together. I've already played around with it a little bit because of one of the projects I was working on off camera was kind of necessitated it. But let's do this and that. Yes. Okay. That should be good, right? Didn't I have buckets? No, that was on time shot. Okay, so let's These are all full of milk. All right, so what we need to do very quickly, we need to make a couple of buckets. How many well, we're just gonna really need one. Well, we'll make 2 buckets, just to save ourselves some time. All right, and then one of these is gonna need water in it, and then we will be able to jump into colorful portals. It's an interesting little mod, and it's so useful. It's so useful. I'm super excited about the implications of having this mod on board. It's gonna make so many things so much easier, especially some things I've been thinking about that I want to do with this series. It'll make a lot of that so much better. So let's head over here. I've got, you guys will remember, the nether portal in here. I'm gonna make this kind of my portal room, at least for now, until we have need to expand. But pop this down for a moment. So in order to create a colorful portal, I misspoke. Well, I didn't really misspeak. I just didn't elaborate entirely last time. Oh, baby, those sheep. Music and sounds. Friendly creatures. I said last time you could make a portal. So like this one is made of obsidian. you could make a portal with colorful wools and clays, but you could also use colorful glasses. So any colorful dyed block can be used to make one of these portals. And so there's two different variants. One is like this, and you can actually do like a pool as well. You can do vertical and horizontal portals. And then you would, as opposed to lighting with a flint and steel, what you need to do is create something called a colorful, a bucket of colorful water. So you can either make a bucket with, like, so you do the bucket recipe, you do 1, 2, 3 iron, and then put the gold, well, I can just show you. So you can do 1, 2, 3 iron, and then put the gold there, and it'll make an almost stain-proof bucket, rust-proof but not stain-proof. Or you could just take a bucket that already exists, pop it on there, and it'll make the same thing. So you need to make one of those. Then what you need to do is you need to have one of each of these dies. And I just grabbed all the dies I could find. Hopefully these are the right ones. I did this before, but I don't remember if I set up that chest after the fact. Okay, so we need to put this. An almost stain-proof bucket will make just a regular bucket. Okay, fair enough. That, and then we put these dies in here. Yes, maybe? Yes! Okay. Grab the right ones. I thought so. Alright, so you put a bucket of water, almost stain-proof bucket, a bunch of dies, and then you create a bucket of dies. Okay? And then this says, right-click to mix and enchant, costs 5 experience levels. So we right-click it, and it becomes a bucket of colorful water. And it took 5 levels off of our experience and all that, but it becomes a bucket of colorful water. Alrighty, so then, so if we were going to create a portal, like a vertical or a horizontal portal, a real portal, we would put the clay in place, or the wool or the glass. And then instead of flint and steeling, we would pour this bucket of colorful water in the portal and do it that way. Or you can create kind of a single block portal, which you can kind of carry around with you. And they're really, really useful. And they're just a single little block there, which we're going to make another one of those. So you make that by doing a ring of the color of clay you want to use, and then putting that in the middle, which creates a colorful portal. So, like I said before, this was made with orange clay. So the orange clay portal is going to link up with any other orange clay portals in the world. Now I have an orange clay portal currently out at my Mesa. I built one out there on my last trip. So if we jump in here, it takes it out instantaneously out to our Mesa, which is awesome. And then if we jump back in, it takes us. What it'll really do, it'll take us to the next portal in the sequence. So we made that portal first. This is the second portal. If we made let's say we made another orange clay portal, when we went through at the Mesa, it would take us to the... Well, no. So this is the second one. I think if we made another one, it would take us to the third one. It just goes in a circle. So... if we go in here, takes us to the Mesa. If there was another portal on this chain, if we had one, say, like I think the last example I used was like an ice spikes biome. If we had one at an ice spikes biome, then when we went through here, instead of taking us back to our portal room, it would take us to the ice spikes biome first. But as it stands, it brings us here, and so that works out very nicely. I have a couple here. I made a pair of yellow single block ones because they're really useful, and I was using them for the project that I was working on, which happened to be the Iron Golem Farm, which we talked about. It took me a second, I was like, wait, what was I doing? The Iron Golem Farm, and in order to transport villagers and all of that, now the village is actually repopulated. I've spent so much time online, or not online, but I guess on the world that, yeah, they've really repopulated pretty well. So I left a couple, I left like 2 or 3 or whatever. I only took as many as I needed. And there was a few left over, and so they've pretty much repopulated that village very quickly. So I forgot how quickly they breed in 1.7. They just kind of go to town. It's fantastic. So I used these. I popped one of these down in the village. I think they're still hanging out over in that corner. So like they were all hanging out over in that corner of the village. well, you can see them in the mini-map, all their little villager faces up there. Popped one down, and then we went over here, so let's actually jump on Casper. We'll go check it out real quick. Oh, come on. There we go. So we jump on Casper. Where's her head? His head. Fly up. And we'll go over here. So I put it over here in the actual spawn chunks because I wanted to just kind of roll on for the entirety of the time that I've had the world active. Because like over in the, you can see them kind of loading in a bit. Because kind of over where we do the dig site and stuff, it's not always loaded because that's not actually spawn. But I did it in the spawn chunks over here, and I put it kind of inside this mountain. I wanted it to be as unobtrusive as possible, and so I built kind of an underground iron golem farm. Now you do have to make a couple of changes, and you guys will notice, you know, the doors, the space in front of the doors have to have sunlight. So there are things like, you know, well, let's go over here because this will be easier. I'm gonna land Casper in here. There we go. Get out of this mode. So I left myself an access hatch over here, and I was playing around with the Carpenter doors. So it looks, you know, it's essentially the same as all the other Carpenter blocks. You add blocks into it, and so I added stone to this one. But it's a basic iron golem farm, and what we have in here, like on each side. Oh, come on. There we go. On each side we have villagers, and so basically I created the whole thing, and then I just kind of took these portals and I popped a portal down in here, and then I popped one over there, pushed a couple of guys in, and then, you know, picked up that portal over there, so no more guys would go in, and then I would, you know, kind of just went around the circle here. It was actually super easy as opposed to using like mine carts or something, especially over the distance that we were trying to cover. Oh man, it was so much easier. But yeah, basic iron golem farm, 2 levels. There's another section up there. And they go down, but I decided to do it in the mountain because I didn't want this big ugly thing sticking out. And I'm going to be using these mountains for something here at some point, you know, putting exhibits or, you know, other things up there. So I wanted to make sure it was as unobtrusive as possible, but well, I guess you can't really see it from here. Basically in front of, on the other side of all these doors, there needs to be daylight. So there's glass in there, but I tried to hide it with some terraforming and stuff like that. So that it would be as easy as possible for... Oh man, how am I... Did this before, didn't I? Maybe not. But yeah, so that's the iron golem farm. It took forever to get that thing built, and I was so like I was kind of slacking on it because I didn't want to like deal with moving the villagers. And then I remembered I had the colorful portals things that made that really easy. So yeah, it's kind of hidden in there, completely unobtrusive. You wouldn't even really know it was there. You can see the glass and stuff, but like I think if we go up here, like on this far side, like this mountain here, you can see it in there. But I tried to use some dyed glasses and things like that, so it's pretty unobtrusive. But yeah, so that's what I worked on, and then. We need to come, see, caps lock is descent. So I made it's in the mountain, kind of up there, and then I made an entrance. This was just a basic cave entrance before, and I turned it into just kind of a straight access point for the bottom of it. I have the golems drop all the way down, and I've got it rigged up here, so right now we've got 2, 3, 4 golems in there now, and I've got it rigged up. I've got this button here. The lava comes out of these droppers or dispensers, I don't remember which one it was, in the back there, and then so I can click this on. I let it run for a while without this on just so you guys could see them accumulate. It doesn't work super fast because it is only a 1 village one. I considered putting in like an Iron Foundry or Titan or some of those bigger ones, but real honestly, it kind of went over my head. It was like all these different things, like you have to make sure that the villages and all this stuff, and like it's just like, you know what, I don't care that much. I'll go mining. It was not that big a deal, but it's been taking along pretty nice. So we've almost got a stack of iron and stuff like that. So working out pretty well, at least for the effort that I put in. You know, I could have obviously spent a lot more time building this thing, but I'm glad that I did not, because I think it'll work out just fine. It'll be constantly running, so it'll work out well enough. And at a certain point, we're not going to need a ton more iron because we're going to be, you know, done building enclosures and stuff potentially at some point, I guess. But it's probably going to be a while. But yeah, so you know, Dolly and Dinosaur are doing well over there. I spent some time, I don't remember if this was last time or not, laying in what other potential enclosures might look like. So we've got another little one over here across from Dolly and Dinosaur, and then another one on this side of the road from them. And then I started laying in this one over here. I mentioned last time that this was probably going to end up being, that's almost worse. This one over here that I've got the green clay on, under this big shelf and this awesome looking mountain and everything. That's probably going to be where we're putting the Allosauruses. So let's head over here. I'm going to put Casper back down. Dismount. Alrighty. And if I don't make him stand up before I get on him, he just sits when I get off him, which is perfect. Never needs to stand up again. So, what we're going to do now is I've got a couple of things, actually. So, let's grab that. I wanted, now that we've got the Ankylosaur and the Stegosaur enclosures basically done, I'm going to put in one of the alternate versions of them, just for fun. So I've got Fossils and Archaeology Stegosaurus and a JurassiCraft Ankylosaur. And we're gonna put them over in their enclosures. Okay, so we need our yellow colorful portals. We need to actually go back and put one inside of Clifford's new enclosure. I decided to use green. I considered using red because Clifford is red. But the regular Allosauruses, he's the nether variant. The regular ones are like green or gray. And I didn't want to, like, we have an orangish, we have a yellow. I didn't want to put red here and have, like, just warm colors over here. And so I decided to use green to kind of go with the other variants of the Allosaurus instead of putting, like, all fiery hot colors on this side. Okay, so there's that. We're going to need to break something so we can get out. Here we go. There we are. Alrighty. And, while we're here, let's quickly drop off... Oh wait, this is the... Okay, so let's get our Dinopedia out. He is warm, but potentially not warm enough, so let's throw some torches down around him, let him get going. And while he's starting to cook, I'm going to take the Ankylosaur over here. Although realistically, I probably should be here so he's getting tamed. How quickly is this guy going? Because I feel like now that the JurassiCraft ones actually do taming, I actually need to be around when they hatch. So let's, instead of doing that, let's run over here and we'll transfer Clifford over. And then we'll be able to be back in time for the Stegosaurus to hatch. And then we can go do the JurassiCraft Ankylosaur in Dinosaur's and Dolly's area. So let's head back over here. We should just need to pop down this colorful portal, and it should take him right on through, which will be exciting. I haven't actually tested taking a dinosaur through here, but hopefully it'll work. So I'm gonna put this, where can I put it? Okay, now, Clifford, buddy. Does he have to jump on it? Do I need to put it like a block down? Let's try that. There we go, Clifford. Come on. Come on. You can do it. You can do it. Push him, maybe. I need you to get in there, bud. I need you to get in there. Maybe I need to make an actual portal. buddy. Here we go. Because if I just walk... No, I gotta jump into it. Okay. Let's quickly check on our stego. I think we probably got plenty of time, but just to be sure, I really don't want to have to, or I really don't want to miss... Uh-oh. We missed it. Untamed. So I think by feeding these guys, we can get them tamed. But unfortunately, this one, it will not be as of yet. But we can do that. I don't have anything to feed it at present, but that's okay. That's okay. So this little guy is the yellow variant. There's 3 variants of Stegosaurus in the Fossils and Archaeology mod. And so there's a yellow, a green, and kind of a brownish red. And so that guy has hatched. We'll need a new name for him, absolutely. And patch up all these enclosures that I'm destroying. Really need to put in an access portal for employees. But yeah, so Spike will watch over that little dude, and well, he continues to mature. Okay, come on. We really need Clifford to figure this portal thing out. So, alright, so let's pick this up. Let's dig this out. Clear out a little space here because he needs to go on top of it. Where's my portal? There it is. Okay, Clifford. Here we go, buddy. There's no way I can... Well, one way I can do it. Okay, so I was going to wait to tame him until we got him over to his enclosure, but that's not going to work, apparently. So what we'll have to do is we're going to have to tame him first. Then it'll be real easy. We won't even need the colorful portal. I guess I should have considered that, but I wanted to wait and do that when we got him to his new home. Well, the implications of the colorful portal. We may just need to plan on, okay, for, you know, the side where we're doing animals, we need to make sure that we're doing a full portal thing. Okay, so what was I looking for? What was I doing? Okay, so yes, we need to tame him, which I'm going to warn you, any kids that are watching, this is not going to be real pleasant. The way that this works is we pretty much have to beat him nearly to death, and then do I have my... Some armor might be useful for this. Here we go. We need to beat him nearly to death, and then we need to hit him with a scarab gem. I don't have lots of armor, so I don't really want to get in there with him. Okay, so see, when he's almost dead, he lays down like this, and then we hit him with the scarab gem, and look, his eye changes, and using the scarab gem heals him back up. That's awesome. So now he's tamed by us. So we can grab a bone here, and okay, so we can order him now. That's not what I wanted. We need the whip. That's what we need. All right, so. Actually, we need to get off him. We need to... Oop. There we go. And there we are. Alright, so now we should be able to just ride him on out of here. There we go. Woo-wee! Look at us. Riding Allosaurs. Giddy up. Alright, we got zombies and stuff coming, so let's just quickly head on over here. Doop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doo. Don't mind me, just riding an Allosaurus, no big deal. See this sort of thing every day. Oh no. Oh no. Clifford. Get out of the... Okay. He apparently can't swim. Okay, so let's set him to... follow. There we go. Now he should make his way in here. Yes, okay. And now we can set him to free move. Perfect. Alright, so let's take this off because it's obstructing my view. Put this here. Alrighty, so there we go. Clifford is in his new home. Oh, we gotta close up his new home, which we'll do right now. But yes, so there we go. Clifford is now in there. So that's as big as the Allosauruses get. So I figure this will be a pretty decently sized home for them. I don't know. It looks a little small compared to like the other guys, but the Stegosauruses and the Ankylosaurs are so much bigger. Clifford's trying to help me here because that thing's attacking me, but he can't get out. Thanks for the thought, buddy. But it looks smaller, but they're going to be smaller animals. So I think that'll work out. And there is no JurassiCraft variant of the Allosaurus at this point, I don't think. So we'll probably just end up having only 3 Allosaurs in here, one of each variant. So I think that'll end up working out pretty well. So I'll get this set up, just like this one. I just wanted to make sure it was set up enough that he couldn't escape. And like all of this is too high or whatever, so they're not able to climb out of that. Am I out of arrows? Oh man, okay. But yeah, alrighty, so Clifford is tamed, in place. We picked up our colorful portal. We'll have to play with that a little bit with those guys. The villagers were pretty easy to get in there, but I was able to kind of nudge them a little more than I was able to nudge him, so that probably is where the difference comes in. And then, yeah, so I did a little bit of work. Apparently I'm out of arrows, so we'll come take this guy on. We really need to light up some of this area better. There's another skelly shooting at me from somewhere. There he is. So I put in this pathway here, kind of as an offshoot to go up on top of this. I think I mentioned at some point that my goal is to... Now, what is... Yikes. My goal is to put a restaurant or something, a lodge or something up on top of this place here. It's a pretty decent enough space, and it'll give you a good view into the Stegosaurs or Allosaur enclosure. God, a ram. And so you'll get a nice view into the Stegosaurs or the Ankylosaurs. And so I think that'll be pretty cool, and that's what we'll probably end up doing. So that walkway will lead up here, and then we'll put some sort of structure up here, but that'll probably be a little bit ways away, because I definitely want to get going on the visitor center and the like the entryway and things like that first before we start building any other structures. Definitely want to make sure we get on those. All right, so let's grab our Ankylosaur. And we're going to come over here to the little nest we've put in here. I put some torches down, so it should work out. There he goes. So, got that cute little nest. Yeah, okay. So let's, I don't want to use the dino pad because I'm pretty sure they are glitched. So that's working out pretty nicely. Let's check up on Doser and Dolly while we're in here, see how they're doing. Doser is 32 days old. Man, you're getting old, son. Hunger's doing okay, health's doing good. Oh, there's a creeper in here. Okay, well, maybe we won't check on Dolly. 12 days old. Okay, so she's doing good. She's full grown now. So there's a possibility that her and Doser might start breeding at some point. So we'll have to keep an eye out for that. Because they could potentially start breeding like rabbits. I think the enclosure is big enough that they're not really going to be bumping into each other a ton, so we probably will be all right in that respect. But it's possible. And we may start seeing notices like this egg can't hatch here and things like that, and then we'll know that some of them are being a little naughty. But I think in the end it'll actually work out if they start doing that, if we can come by occasionally and pick up eggs, because then we can kind of control the population a little bit. I don't want to have to control the population by like killing them. I know there is a config option where I can turn off breeding, but I honestly don't really want to turn breeding off necessarily. I just kind of want to be able to pick those things up, because at a certain point it's going to be kind of useful to us to be able to have extra dinosaurs, you know, generating without having to go through all the DNA and everything like that. So Ankylosaurus is sitting. Ankylosaurus was tamed, so he's not sitting anymore. What a cute little dude! He's kind of a grayish color as opposed to like the reddish brown that the other guys are. And he's a little... So I think he's a truer representation of what Ankylosaurs looked like, in the sense that he's a little more lean and elongated, as opposed to like these guys, they're just like a big square, which I actually really love the Ankylosaur design in this mod. But the... Oh, no. Oh, gosh. You creepery son of a gun... Okay, that was not good. You doing okay, Doser? You all right, buddy? Yeah, okay. He didn't get hit. Yikes. Oh, really need to go on a lighting up rampage. That's what I need to do. Is because I've got the inside of the enclosures pretty well done. Okay, Doser, buddy, you gotta get out of there, mate. I got a stick. But don't stay. Follow. Follow and then stay. There we go. I really gotta light up the outside of this place, because that's that I really don't want hostile mobs. If that's gonna become a huge problem, I'll turn it to peaceful. I'm not like I really don't want them in here blowing up dinosaurs and stuff like that. But we'll figure out a way to make that stop. If we'd put walls around all of it, that would have been fine, but I like the terraformed kind of enclosures we've got going on here. But we've got a new tiny little baby JurassiCraft Ankylosaur, and then we've got a tiny new little baby Fossils and Archaeology Stegosaurus too, as well as a tamed and moved Allosaur. All kinds of fun stuff today. And then we've got the iron farm ticking away, which is awesome. Let's head outside here. I've got, let me check real quick. Yeah, okay. That's everything I wanted to do today. I made myself a little list of things. I was like, ooh, that'd be good, that'd be good, that'd be good. One thing I did start working on, because I messed with the Carpenter thing over there, and I kind of really like that, I put some here. I haven't done anything behind it yet, but I think I'm going to put like employee access portals through here, so there'll be like a little tunnel or whatever that'll lead into, you know, I'll put another door like here, and then I can come in and out of the enclosures without having to break things. And speaking of which, should I put that back? Yeah, it looks like I did. Okay, awesome. Well, I need to get some more dirt and fix up the Ankylosaur enclosure. But yeah, so there we go. Accomplished a lot today. We've got some new stuff going in. I'll probably finish off the Allosaur, at least the walls and stuff next time. I got to look more into what their environment looked like exactly. For some reason, I feel like they were in the same kind of environment as the Ankylosaurs, although I could be wrong on that. And then I'll probably... Here's what's going to happen. We're either going to be working on the Stegosaur enclosure next time, like doing some detailing on the inside, because the Stegosaurus, as far as I can find, seem to live in kind of a swampland sort of deal. And so we can do some fun stuff getting that set up for them. And then we'll either be doing that, or we're probably going to start on not the visitor center, but we're probably going to get our entry gate put up. I was watching Huck's series, his dinosaur series, and his is very much, he started kind of with the front. So he started with kind of the entry gate area, whereas I'm kind of working from the back in. But I want to get the front of the gate, the park kind of going, and things like that. So we're definitely going to start working on that probably next week. Either that, or we're going to be working on the Stegosaur enclosure, because I'd like to do both of those. But yeah, I'm excited about the Dilophosaurs too. They're going to either go, and he's getting big. I don't know what their full-grown size is, but he's grown quite a bit. So we may move him at some point too. But so yeah, Stegosaurs, Ankylosaurs, Allosaurs, and then let's see, we've got an enclosure potentially here, or an enclosure here. Did you hear him chirping? I'm thinking one of these two spaces, I'm probably going to make a green space, and I'm leaning more towards this one, doing something here, whether a green space or just like a little park area, or maybe putting like a little food stand or a souvenir stand or something here, and then a little green space. I don't know. I got to figure out exactly where I want to bring these walkways, because like the visitor center, like, and the park opener is going to be over here. I actually even kind of started laying in where I think I want that gate to be. And so, the entry will be here, so we'll need to get people back here. I'm thinking we're either going to bring, like, so Nessie's right in here. We'll probably bring, like, either a walkway up here and then, like, come up to the visitor center that way. Or we might come around through the back and I might carve, like, a tunnel where we can get through from behind. I don't know. We still got to figure some of that out, but we'll worry about that next time. We know one of the two things, or some of the stuff we might be working on next time, probably either the entryway or doing some just derping around with the Stegosaur enclosure. Depends on how long it takes me to gather resources for the entryway, probably. And or we might do a little bit of both, because the entryway is going to be kind of like a lot of building in the air sort of thing, which is sometimes annoying to do on camera because you've got to be talking while also trying not to fall off stuff and doing some technical stuff and things like that. So we might like start on the entryway and then come back and work on the Stegosaur for a bit and then finish off with the entryway being done, or I don't know. I'm telling you what next week's gonna be. Don't listen to me. I'm gonna go. Thank you guys so much for watching. I've been Tortimer the Great and you guys have been great. Having so much fun with the series. I'm super excited. If you guys are interested in seeing any new dinosaurs, as always, feel free to drop your thoughts down below. We've got tons of dinosaurs that we haven't even gotten to yet on both sides. I need to go. I've got another JurassiCraft Stegosaurus we might try out next time too. But yeah, we got a ton of stuff in here. And we've got even more that we can potentially get some stuff going for if we get some more fossils. I need to go for another caving run. At some point, we may have an episode doing that at some point as well. But yeah, so much to do, and we are just getting started. Super excited about the future of this series, and excited that you guys are enjoying it as much as you seem to be. So make sure to tune in again next week, and we will be doing some more fun dinosaur park related stuff. As always, I've been Tortimer the Great, and you guys have been great. Have a good one.